Coming up next on this edition of In the City, Murfreesboro residents get a chilly start to the new year. Also, a popular annual event has its coldest year yet. Plus, Oakland's Mansion's wedding dress exhibit is back with new dresses and new stories from the community. And a look into a popular musical production right in downtown Murfreesboro. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. The extremely cold weather on New Year's Day had many staying inside, but others braved the elements to run into 2018 on the right and healthy foot. As part of Mayor Shane McFarland's Better Borough initiative, the third annual New Year's Day 5K was a hit, even with freezing cold temperatures.
We're going to be out here running, celebrating the New Year's Day in 14-degree weather.
This initiative is for every resident at any age, and events like this are a great way to get folks out and about.
This is part of the Better Borough project, which really works on health, mind, and body. Just to be able to get out, do things. We've got a great parks and recreation system here in Murfreesboro, and we want to really promote people to get out and use it.
Over 300 runners participated, and more were expected, but the cold kept some away. Some, but not all.
I'm from California, and this is so crazy. We used to run on the Carmel in Monterey, and it was 50 degrees, and we thought we were crazy. And I go, oh my God, it's -6, and here I am, but I have to do it. It's my New Year's resolution to run 1,018 miles this year, and today's the day to do it. Today's the first day of my 1,018 miles. Like Beverly, many residents were starting their New Year's resolutions, and some were just there to have a good time and be a part of the community.
Hey! Look at this guy.
New Year's Day staples, black-eyed peas, and turnip greens were donated by a local restaurant and a welcome treat for runners after the race. University of Tennessee Martin freshman and Murfreesboro resident Daniel Smith was the big winner, running all 3 years and had already run 6 miles prior to the race. He says he's proud to see so many come out to support the cause.
Every year there's more and more people. It's great to see everybody out here. I'm surprised so many people came. It's so cold, but it just shows how dedicated we are here in Murfreesboro to being healthy.
This race is a fun family event and keeps getting better every year. Next year, Mayor McFarland says he has some changes up his sleeve, an exciting possible change of venue. Reporting for CityTV, I'm Michael Linn White. The 16th annual Polar Bear Plunge had its fair share of challenges with sub-zero temperatures, making things difficult. But that didn't stop the brave folks who came ready to jump right in.
This area has seen its share of frigid temperatures this winter season. Single-digit readings and wind chills down to 0 degrees. Preparing the outdoor pool at SportsCom for the 2018 Polar Bear Plunge was a little different this year. They had to deal with ice up to 4 inches thick. They would clear the ice, but it would come back each day. Because of these frigid temperatures, there was clearly a smaller number of jumpers this year, 120, but it definitely didn't dampen their spirits. Multi-Polar Bear Plunge jumper Judge Ben Hall McFarland spoke about his late friend and jumping partner, Vice Mayor Doug Young.
I was in there looking at some pictures, and I was looking at some pictures with Doug and me, and Vice Mayor Young, he's still with us in heart and spirit. Yes. Doug would be disappointed. I mean, you know, he'd come back and haunt me if I wasn't continuing the tradition. I don't want that to happen.
I committed with Judge McFarland last year, and I told him I would do it, and then now it's the coldest one ever, I do believe, but I promised, and I always keep my promises.
As always, I talked to the jumpers to get their feelings and motivations prior to the frigid jump.
Well, this is our 9th year as a Boy Scout troop doing it, and we've named it their Tom Falana Memorial Polar Bear Plunge. Tom Falana came here when he was taking chemotherapy, and he jumped in with us, and we said, why in the world are you doing this? And he says, well, I got a reputation to uphold. And he died in March that year. So we really miss him, and this is an opportunity for us to celebrate his life every year.
I am very scared. I'm just really excited about it. I thought it would be fun. I'm going to get out as fast as I can. I'm afraid like I might get hurt or something. Like it'll be so cold. Yeah. Like I'll freak out.
It's really him that that got us into it, really.
2018 is going to be a fun year.
Yeah. He's got to start off right.
I feel like we've been really good, so I'm really superstitious, and I feel like if I don't do it, then it'll be my fault.
The first time I did it, I thought my body molecules were going to freeze over. It's super cold.
My buddy Jacob, his mom, Becky, called me and said that Jacob was going to jump today, and I've never jumped before, so I said, you know what? I'm going to go jump with Jacob.
At plunge time, the air temperature was 20 degrees, with a southeast wind at 6 miles per hour, and the water temperature, a record-breaking 34 degrees.
Polar bear plunge!
Polar bear plunge!
Polar bear plunge! Polar bear plunge! Polar bear plunge!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump!
Oh no! Oh no!
No water rescue, no ice rescue.
Yeah!
Woo! Hey, sweetie! I'm still alive! Cancel the insurance!
It was as cold as I've ever felt it.
It was chilly, but it was nice.
I did this once in Canada, so this is actually about that. This year. It's hot. It's cold.
For 6 years now, the Wedding Dresses Through the Decades event at Oakland's Mansion just keeps getting bigger and better with new dresses and new stories every year.
One of Murfreesboro's tourist destinations is Oakland's Mansion. Built in the 1800s, it's a nationally registered historic landmark that has a rich history from the Civil War.
Oakland's is a nonprofit, and it's been a museum for 50 years. And as we continue to grow and continue the preservation of the mansion, we also try to extend our programs out into the community. And the wedding dress exhibit is one way that we've been able to include our community in the program.
Nevels explains the history of this program and what to expect when you take the tour.
Well, the wedding dress exhibit started in 2012. One of our board members had passed away. Her name was Polly Ridley. And we recalled seeing her wedding portrait hanging on the wall of their house. And it was beautiful. And started thinking, well, maybe if we could get, 6, 7 wedding dresses in the room and invite the community to come and see them. We started asking around, and we ended up with 25 dresses that first year, and with over 1,000 visitors that first year. Well, the exhibit is visually stunning. The dresses range from the mid-1800s through current, and they change every year. So because the dresses change, the stories change, the photos change, and the personality of the exhibit changes. So they are pieces of work, and you're seeing history through fashion. When each bride or family brought in their dress, we collected an oral history from them. We've asked them for a memory, whether it's a memory of their wedding day or where they got married, what the weather was like, where they purchased their dress, what was going on in the world at the time. And so those stories will be on signs with each dress. And then also there's a photo, whenever possible, of their wedding day. Well, the wedding dress exhibit is self-guided. You can spend as much time in here as you like. Because it's in the wintertime and it's inside, you don't have to worry about what the weather is like outside. It's a great wintertime activity. This is a unique way to get a little peek into the history of Murfreesboro. Not every wedding took place in Murfreesboro, but many did. And even if the wedding didn't take place in Murfreesboro, all of these brides have a tie here. Maybe they grew up here and moved away, or maybe they have recently moved to town. But in some respect, they all have a tie to Murfreesboro. And this is our Murfreesboro history then and now. Even the new brides, our 2017 brides, we have 3 this year. They're all very different, very unique, and full of personality. The wedding dress exhibit opens January 20th and runs through March the 4th. It is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 4, Sunday, 1 to 4. We do have some added activities during the exhibit. We have Princess Night on February the 9th And that's when all of your little princesses can put on their princess dresses and come see our dresses. It's $10 per person to come and see the exhibit. The house tour is not included, but we do have combination tickets, and you can check at the gift shop for that. Tickets are available online. You can go on our website at oaklandsmansion.org, or you can purchase them when you arrive in the gift shop. And if you have a group of 10 or more and you'd like to schedule a group tour, we have a discount for that also. You can contact me.
Here in Murfreesboro, there are lots of great ways to spend your time, and the Center for the Arts is hoping you will take a look at what they have to offer right in the heart of the city. The city of Murfreesboro has tons of fun events for the whole family throughout the city. And if you haven't checked out everything that's going on at the Murfreesboro Center for the Arts, then you're missing out. The 2018 theater season kicked off with sold-out crowds for the ever-popular musical Hairspray.
Guys, it was an amazing performance.
Yes!
Y'all, these guys are awesome. They are volunteers. They're in the community. Some of them are going to school in the area, MTSU, Nashville, at Belmont. Guys, this is amazing. Tell me about it.
This show is absolutely amazing. We are having the time of our lives doing it every single time, and I just think that it's one of the best shows I've ever been in my entire life. So,
It's super fun and it's super relevant as well. So why don't you tell me about that?
The relevance of the show, there's a lot of like slapstick stuff, like there's a bunch of jokes, but the meaning behind the show is that of racism during the 60s, but then there's also, I think, a big thing of don't judge a book by its cover because you never know what it's going to bring. So there's that too.
And this guy's MTSU, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, keeping it local. Y'all, there's so much stuff going on here at the Center for the Arts. Make sure to check it out. Go to their website. Come support it. It's amazing. Y'all did a fabulous job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a great show and so much fun for the whole family. Organizers say they are thrilled to have such a great turnout and support from the community.
A sold-out show, especially at the beginning of the year after the holidays. People have been so busy, you know, we worry about the numbers, but, you know, everything has been great. We have so many cast members that their family and friends have come to see them. The center had a sold-out run in December for a Christmas Carol, so we've just have been on a high, and we've been taking it right into the 2018 season.
The actors are of all different ages and backgrounds, and they say they do it for the love of theater. And if you want to be involved but think you don't have enough experience, don't worry. The directors say there's an opportunity for everyone and just how important it is to be involved with the arts.
I think it's very important. I grew up doing this. It keeps you in a safe place. You make tons of friends growing up doing theater, and then even into your adulthood. So many relationships are built through this, and then like with Hairspray, you get to tell really powerful stories. So your life gets to mean something outside of just your everyday 9-to-5, work and grind.
This show and the Center for the Arts has a little something for everyone. The children's theater program called Center Stage Academy is extremely popular and keeps growing every season.
Our children's program has over 500 kids this past year, and they learn, we have production classes for them, so they learn this element. They get to really do a production in their classes and perform for live sold-out audiences. And then as a lot of the kids that you saw in this show were children from CSA that have been growing and learning and come and then do the main stages. So
the center is an asset to the community, and it's an opportunity to do something fun right here in town.
Being so close to Nashville, everyone thinks that you have to go to Nashville for everything, and while Nashville is really great, there's so many great things to do here in Murfreesboro, especially in the downtown area. So we encourage people, instead of going to a movie, doing kind of things, to come see a show, have dinner. Downtown area, we work with lots of the downtown restaurants to give our show patrons the discount to kind of make a whole evening of it. So definitely check out downtown, check out the Center for the Arts. There's lots to do in Murfreesboro all the time.
Not only does Murfreesboro Arts have amazing performances of some of the most popular and beloved theater shows and a great children's program, there's more. The Art Gallery has monthly exhibits featuring the best of local artists. The gallery is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., free of charge. Tickets for the shows, season passes, and tax-deductible donations can be made by phone, in person at the box office, or online. For more information on everything that's going on here at the Art Center, visit their website at boroarts.org. Reporting for CityTV right here in Murfreesboro, I'm Michael Linn White. The Be Murfreesboro Be Counted door-to-door campaign for the special census is underway to complete an accurate count. Officials say time is running out and urge everyone to participate. Uniformed Murfreesboro firefighters have been knocking on doors as the city seeks to collect names and complete an accurate count of households who have not yet filled out and returned the special census form by mail or online. The survey simply needs your address and the names of everyone living at that address. The city encourages everyone living within the city limits to be counted as a part of the special census. The city of Murfreesboro has collected the names of more than half of the anticipated population after distributing 3 mailings of a special census form. The address and information and first and last names collected are solely for those special census so the city can receive its full share of state funding. How much is that? Officials say they believe the city has added 20,000 new residents from the last census, and that could mean an additional $2.9 million a year in state funding. Rover buses play an important role in helping citizens move throughout Murfreesboro, and in the future, the service will be even better.
The City of Murfreesboro has been selected by TDOT to receive a $6 million Improve Act Competitive Transit Capital Grant for final design and construction of a new transit facility. The $11.5 million full-service Rover bus facility is planned on a potential 2.89-acre site located at West Main Street and Bridge Avenue. The city hopes to open the approximately 12,700 square feet facility, including offices, by 2021. We are pleased to receive this significant grant funding from TDOT for the transit facility, said City Transportation Director Jim Kerr. The proposed full-service bus transit facility for the Rover system will include a passenger waiting and passenger loading and unloading areas, bus storage, parking, and support amenities. The TDOT award provides $3 million in 2018 and additional $3 million in 2019. Remaining funding will come from a combination of federal, state, and local funds. City Council initially approved the Murfreesboro Transit Station in 2013. Construction on the Murfreesboro Transit Facility is anticipated in October 2019. Rover currently operates a fleet of 9 23-passenger buses with front wheelchair ramps, allowing for ease of boarding. Rover employs 15 drivers. The central hub is located at 222 West Burton and leased from the Murfreesboro Housing Authority. The hub location will likely be reduced to a stop when the transit facility is completed in 2021. The new transit facility will provide a central location for boarding and transferring, as well as housing for dispatch, operations, administration, and maintenance facilities for the public transit system. Rover began operating in Murfreesboro in 2007 with 6 routes and currently has 7 routes with the plans to combine routes on the west side of the city. Nashville Area Metropolitan Planning Organization Interim Director Michelle Lacewell wrote, "Not only will this grant provide much-needed funding to enhance transit service for the residents of Rutherford County, it will benefit the entire region through improving regional transit connections and increasing opportunities for economic development in the region." The Rover system's operating budget of approximately $1.14 million consists of 50% federal, 40% state, and 10% city funding. Rover currently charges riders $1 per ride, but is considering an increase to $1.25. Monthly ridership is approximately 23,500. For more information, contact Transportation Director Jim Kerr at jkerr@murfreesborotn.gov or call 615-893-6441. For City News Online, visit www.murfreesborotn.gov.
Unusual flow patterns at the Walter Hill Dam were thought to be caused by a hole, but after further investigation by officials, the 100-year-old dam stands the test of time. The Walter Hill Dam is essential for the city of Murfreesboro's water supply, so when there appeared to be something wrong, city officials went to work immediately to find a solution. Authorities were notified after a concerned citizen noticed something didn't look quite right.
We saw that there was some abnormal flow going over the dam, and so I'd sent those pictures to my engineers, Smith, Seckman, Reed, who we use to assess, who has assessed and worked on the dam for us before.
Out of an abundance of caution, the North Greenway Trailhead, the Walser Hill Park, and downstream fishing and other activities were temporarily closed from December 26th to January 2nd. Officials called in a geotechnical engineer and a representative from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation. The city was reassured there was no threat to the structural integrity of the dam, and the unusual flow patterns that were initially thought to be a small hole were instead caused by a man-made ledge.
The main structure of the dam is actually still very well intact, even though it's 100 years old.
The Water Resources Department is planning minor repair work based on a previous inspection.
We do routinely assess the condition of the dam, and that is the Water Resource Department function, or one of our roles is to make sure that that dam is in a safe condition.
Officials want to make sure everyone knows the safety of the city's residents is always top priority.
When we know of an issue, we address it. So we're not ignoring any problems out there. So I think that's a big thing that people need to know.
Repairs to the dam will begin in the drier summer months when water flow is reduced. Reporting for CityTV in Murfreesboro, I'm Michael Linn White.
It's that time of year again to start thinking about taxes. And for qualifying seniors, AARP and St. Clair Senior Center help to make the process easier.
The AARP Tax Aid Program is here again. They will prepare income tax forms at St. Clair Street Senior Center. To qualify, individuals should be age 60 and over with a total family income of $53,000 or less. Please remember that rental properties and farm income are outside of the scope of this program. Appointments are available on Tuesdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon, Wednesdays from 12 noon to 4 p.m., and Thursdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon, from February 1st through April 12th. You must bring a photo ID or proof of ID. Please be sure to bring all of the following that pertains to you and filing your taxes: Social Security card, last year's tax return income statements, Social Security, pensions, IRA distributions, interest and dividends, stock activity, unemployment, gambling winnings, self-employment earnings, debt cancellation forms, miscellaneous income adjustments, student interest, IRA contribution, medical expenses, donations, city and county property tax statements, and mortgage statements. Make sure to bring a voided check. This is required for bank routing information for the electronic submission of your tax return. This service is free of charge. Please call 615-848-2550 to make an appointment.
The United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties offers free tax preparation for qualifying residents. A ribbon cutting was held to mark the beginning of the VITA program, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance.
And today we are celebrating the beginning of United Way's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. United Way has 3 community impact priorities: education, health, and financial stability. It is our goal to help families in Rutherford and Cannon counties take immediate steps toward financial stability. This VITA program has become an important element of our goal to attain that. VITA is a free service that aids qualifying local residents in claiming their tax refund dollars. Volunteers are trained and certified to prepare taxes for individuals and families with an annual household income of less than $66,000. Just last year, Rutherford and Cannon counties and our partners through the VITA program helped over 1,105 families to $2 million in tax refunds. Money coming right back into our community and being spent at local businesses. Together, we are creating lasting change in Rutherford and Cannon counties.
Along with Patterson Park Community Center and the Smyrna Public Library, actually as part of our new growth, I'm proud to announce today a new VITA site will be located in Laverne with the hopes of enhancing accessibility to our friends of the north end of the county. And the site will be at the Laverne Public Library. So that's great news. We're growing, so how about a round of applause for that?
8 years ago, we were approached by the IRS, which is not usually a good thing to open a story with, but they shared with us that they were estimating about $20 million was being left on the table each year in unclaimed tax refunds and people who are not filing their taxes either didn't know how or didn't think that they made enough money to be able to do that. So that first year we partnered with Greenhouse Ministries and had the VITA site for a couple of years in Greenhouse Ministries, and as that program really continued to grow, we felt like we needed more space and moved over here to Patterson Park a couple of years later, and have just had an amazing relationship with the staff at Patterson Park and with the city of Murfreesboro. Since its inception 7 years ago, VITA has provided nearly a $7 million economic impact in Rutherford and Cannon counties. I think that is significant. That is $7 million that's being returned into this economy and to the citizens of our community. We've done over 4,000 returns, and when you think about it on average, it's not just about the refund money that these individuals are receiving, it's also about the $200 to $300 fee that they're saving that they would have paid potentially otherwise to have their taxes completed for them.
The Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue Department donated a 1990 fire engine to a very appreciative Eagleville Fire Department.
On behalf of the City of Murfreesboro and Chief Mark folks, we are happy to donate this 1990 Pierce Telesquirt. I hope it's served our community for many, many years. We're very proud of it, and I hope it serves their community for many, many years ahead. We have a great working relationship with Rutherford County Fire Department, also with Eagleville. A few years back, we had a 1988 Hahn apparatus that we donated to Rutherford County, but they are now getting funding where they're buying brand new pieces of equipment. So we decided to give some of our stuff to Eagleville or areas like that. We're very proud of the equipment we've had, and I'm glad to share it with somebody else and get as much time out of it as they possibly can, because it's a vital piece of any community.
I want to thank you very much. You've gone ahead and done a great service to the citizens here of Eagleville, and we will go ahead and enjoy the pleasure of going ahead and using this and protecting the citizens of Eagleville with this truck as well as the other trucks. So, this is going to give us rescue capability, having this ladder on top here of a 50-foot ladder, and it'll be just a real blessing to this city of having this great pumper that has the ladder on top. This is what this does, and will help us should we have any events with the schools or the grocery store or any of those. This is going to be a real beneficial piece of apparatus for us.
Really grateful for this partnership and all the things that they have done for us on the behalf of the city of Eagleville. We thank you. We're kind of a unique fire department in that we are mostly volunteer. We have a part-time paid chief, and we've got 2 full-time paid firefighters that work during the daytime hours. The rest of the burden is carried by our volunteers. We do a 5-mile radius in every direction that's inside the county limits to provide fire protection for them as well. When you start looking at how many square acres we cover in the county, all of a sudden it's a pretty good-sized chunk of property to try and keep safe. To have that kind of asset available to us is something we didn't have before, and so if we did have a pretty good-sized fire, it would be pretty invaluable to have something like this.
Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see one of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest In the City news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. Before we leave, we know it's been cold out there and snow days aren't always convenient, but they can be beautiful. Join me as video journalist Steve Burris takes us on a snowy look around town. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.